what they want, what they can get.
It has nothing to do with whether or not you're interested in them.
Well, we make the mistake that we project. We're like, oh, I don't want to be hurt, so they don't want to be hurt. And you project on them, but the fact is they don't care. You know, they're putting out a million, they're casting that fishing rod out there a million times.
Right.
If they get a hit, okay. If they don't, well, she's a bitch, and they move on.
Right. But they also think that maybe I'll just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and she'll give in, or, she'll be bothered so much she'll have to give in, or what have you.
I wore her down.
Oh,
Isn't that awful, that phrase?
Now, your caller asked about dress. She said, well, what does that mean? Does that mean, not showing your breasts? And that was a good question, because what you wear sends out a loud message. I was cracking up the other day. I was shopping with my daughter, and I'm looking at these mannequins. Have you seen the mannequins these days?
No. I'm attracted to them.
Of course you are.
I want to date a mannequin. I'm like... I asked
shirt.
my wife, I said, honey, can I have an affair with the mannequin? It's not real, right?
I'm looking up, and here I'm with my 10-year-old daughter, and the mannequins, it's a low, plunging neckline.
Sexy mannequin.
It's showing cleavage. The mannequins have cleavage now, among other things, but I don't know if I can mention that, but, very short skirt.
What?
And so, you're looking...
Now I'm all, what?
Yeah. Never mind, Doug.
This will be like, I won't talk for 5 minutes. Like, what?
Listening?
But the thing is what you wear and your dress and grooming could really be sending out the wrong message. And here's what we need to remember. The media is teaching women to dress very sexy.
You're right.
It's teaching young ones to dress very sexy. Look at the ads. Look at the billboards. Again, humorous. The mannequins, So we kind of have to learn that, now, wait a second. And I notice with young girls especially, they think that, well, I want to be liked. I want to be pretty. So I have to be sexy. What happened there?
Well, what it is? I think it's escalating. I think, you go from the 50s, and they push the bar a little more.
Right.
And then the 60s pushes the bar. Then the 70s. Then they come back sometimes. Sometimes you kind of bring things back, and we go, time to get conservative. Remember the preppy look in the 80s?
Right,
that kind of brought it back. Bring that neckline up to here.
Right.
But then, a Britney Spears does a video in her bustier, and she's 16 years old, and your 16-year-old says, well, Britney's in her bustier, why can't I be?
Well, remember our episode with Alana Curry on the Halloween costumes, and how we were talking about little kids wearing all these, like Britney Spears outfits for Halloween. Everybody used to want to be a princess or a puppy or a kitty, whatever, and now they want to be Christina Aguilera or Paris Hilton or all these other media figures that we see. The mass media, the influence of the mass media influences.
We used to protect our kids. My sister has a great saying, not for little eyes, not for little ears. And we really did a job of making sure that we kind of had a wall. And then it's like, hey, man, I want to see it. It's too bad. Your kid doesn't have to see it, or your kid doesn't.
Right.
Well, if you're putting it in an area where they can look at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I worry about video games.
Don't worry about video games. Worry about the net.
Oh, yeah, the internet.
My sister thought that she had done a great job on my nephews keeping bad stuff away. And, I was kind of like, I want to say, like, those boys can get on the net, and they know how to get on, and that's what boys do. Now, in defense, when I was a little boy, I learned that if I rode on my bike down to the pharmacy and I went to the one magazine rack stand and to the third, I knew where that Playboy was.
Right.
And I'm an 11-year-old boy, but man, I'm going to find it. I mean, little boys, there's a homing pigeon.
Right. And you make a good point, because see, even if it's not online, other little boys are sending the pictures to their phones. To their phones. And so here's the thing. We have to teach our daughters. Now, this might sound, well, what's she talking about, dressing modest? Even the word modest may not sound that appealing. I know that I personally have really had to work on this, because you live in Southern California. We don't wear a lot of clothes
nice
here.
Out. Yeah, it's warm.
Nice out. It's winter, and it's 82 degrees here today.
I'm not talking about, dressing like a bookworm. But you don't have to show so much skin, you know.
You don't have to bring the girls out every day.
And so one thing that's worked for me, the girls, the twins. One thing that's worked for me is when I get dressed in the morning or wherever I'm going. First of all, dress appropriate to where you are going. Sure, if I'm going to the beach,
right?
Yes, I do wear bikinis. Yes, I do wear shorts. I wear tank tops. But look in the mirror and ask yourself. This is a really good exercise, and it's worked for me. What am I selling? what am I presenting here?
For that day.
For that day, whether you're going, and you know what, I'm even talking about even going out for dinner or drinks or whatever. You know, what are you presenting? And you know, a lot of times I find myself maybe going and getting a little tank top and putting it underneath the shirt that I have or something.
And it's still cute and it's still fashionable.
Still cute, but you know what? What's the message? There's a fine line between being pretty and classy or being pretty and trashy.
Oh, nice. We got a call here. I'm going to take this call.
Sure.
Sorry. Let me get there we go. Caller, you're on the air to Hottie Help. What is your question?
My question is for Genvieve.
Actually,
Genvieve, I loved you on the cover of Hot Rod Magazine. And are there any other magazines I could see you in or any shows you'll be hosting?
Thank you.
Caller. Well, I am in negotiations right now with the Speed Channel for Lucas Oil on the Edge and Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually pitching a couple of my own shows, but I'll have that on my website because I can't discuss
What
it.
Is your website,
what is your website address?
Yes, okay. You ready? It's a long one.
Say it and spell it for everybody because it is long, I know.
It's GenvieveChappelle.com, and that's GenevieVe, and the last name Chappelle, CHAPPELL.
Wow, that is long.
It's long. Genvieve. It looks like Genevieve. Right. Genvieve Chappelle.
It has 2 P's and 2 L's. 2 P's and 2 L's.
Yes.
Is there a French background?
There is, yeah.
Cool.
English, German, Dutch, French.
English, German, yeah.
And then
the classic American mutt.
I also know you have so many images from all the events that you go to, and you post them on Flickr. So how does somebody find that?
Well, on my website, it says event photos at the top.
Okay.
And that will take you to all the albums of all the different car shows and motorsports events and red carpet events.
We got another call coming in, guys.
Great.
Let me grab this. Hold on. Hello, caller. You are on the air. I can tell by your 404 area code you are calling from Atlanta, the heart of the South, the heart of NASCAR.
Oh, NASCAR. How interesting.
How's it going, pal? What's going on? You got a question for anybody here?
Hi, ladies. Yeah, I do have a question. I'm a single dad with a daughter, and I wanted to see, do you have any advice on what, I should allow her to watch, and also specifically the Internet?
Oh, we just talked about that. Genvieve has some good stuff.
Yeah, that's
sure.
a good caller.
Thank you.
Good question, caller. Let's ask Genvieve.
The shows change so quick these days. I noticed that some Disney shows that I allow my daughter to watch, all of a sudden, 1 month it looks good. The next month, all of a sudden, there's these little girls, and they're talking about dating and other things. And I'm thinking, whoa, where'd they slip that in all of a sudden? Mm-hmm. So just a word of caution is advised, is to just keep a close eye on. Here's one suggestion I like. I don't allow my daughter to have a computer in her room.
That's a really good idea.
She can use the laptop at the kitchen table.
Very good.
And that's when I'm home. I put her